Hello and welcome. Today we're going to install new foam in this recliner seat. Now this seat happens to come from a Lazy Boy chair and the seats are removable, which makes the job a little bit easier. But on other brands, this will be the procedure you'll have to do to get to this point. You'll have to remove the recliner back. Next, you'll have to remove the entire reclining mechanism unit. Then, depending on whether you're working on a sectional or a reclining chair, you may have one or two arm frames attached to your seat frame as well. So you want to check to see if those arm frames are attached by bolts, if it's bolted on. If it is, you'll be able to remove it and you'll get to the point that you see here. Now, if your arm frames are not removable, no problem. It simply means that the cover may be attached differently. Instead of being entirely attached to the seat frame itself, on the sides where your arm frame's attached, the side of the cover may be attached to the inside of the arm frame. But other than that, the procedure is the same. And the procedure is to remove this old cover, to remove the seat foam, install new foam, and reattach this cover. So let's get started. Now before I remove this cover, I want to make note of how it's attached. So I'll take a pencil and I'll mark various areas of the cover and where it attaches to the seat frame. Also, looking at the side panel here, I see it's roughly even or flush with the end of this frame on both sides. So I'll just commit that to memory. Here's a tip. Upholsters will often cut out a little notch, and there's one here that you probably can't see on the camera. It's a little V-shaped cutout, and that tells me that's the center line for this panel and this frame rail. I'm going to mark that as well. So the point of marking these little areas are to make the job of reinstalling this cover much easier. should have mentioned before I remove the seat foam, you also want to note how it's attached and installed before you remove it. The next step, I'm going to clean up the staples that I removed. Some of them are broken off or sticking out a bit, so I'm going to either hammer them in or pull those fragments out to get everything nice and clean. And while you have it uncovered, you want to check your seat springs and seat spring clips. So if you have any problems, you need to replace or do some repair work here, now's the time to take care of it. I'll provide a link to my seat spring replacement video, which covers that topic. So here we have the second piece of foam that I've ordered. As it turns out, the first one was the right size and shape, but it had a different type of foam. It had memory foam instead of standard foam, and I didn't notice that right away. And so here we are about a week and a half later, and I finally have the right seat foam to do this repair. So a word to the wise. Don't break the rule that I broke here, which is to make sure you have all the parts you need before you start taking furniture apart. Okay, here we have the seat foam installed, the cover reattached. This is ready to be reinstalled in the chair. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. See you next time.